Can you relate to any of these symptoms or do you feel chronically fatigued? Let's talk about holistic ways to heal from chronic fatigue syndrome. These are the same practices that I use with my own patients, so this is going to be very helpful. Be sure to save this video for future reference. First, you really want to address the adrenal glands. A lot of people with chronic fatigue syndrome have low adrenal function and they have very low blood pressure. A great way to start healing your adrenal glands is actually by taking licorice fruits. This is a classic for adrenal function. You also want to consider taking some herbal formulas that have multiple herbs that target the adrenal glands. While focusing on just one herb like licorice fruit can be helpful for some of my patients, some actually respond better when we're using like 5 or 6 different herbs to target one gland. On this other platform, I just posted an herbal concoction that you can utilize for your adrenals, so definitely be sure to find me there. Another thing that's really good for healing the adrenal glands is actually including berries in your diet. Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, etc. Make sure they're always organic because you're eating the skin. We've talked about this in my other videos. One of the best ways to include these into your diet is literally just take a handful and throw them into your smoothies. There's something really powerful at berries when it comes to gland function. I actually consider them glandular foods. Fruits are powerful in general, but there's just something special about berries when it comes to the glands. They're also excellent for nervous system function. Those with chronic fatigue in general tend to have very stressed nervous systems where the myelin sheaths are breaking down. And this obviously can impair nerve function and nerve impulses throughout the body. Another gland that you definitely want to address when you're dealing with chronic fatigue is actually the thyroid gland. There are multiple ways that we can do this. One of the ways that you can see if you have low thyroid function is to get your eyes read by an iridologist, such as myself. Iridology is a study of the iris of the eye, and I can utilize this to see if you have low thyroid function or if you have a pituitary or hypothalamus weakness, which is bringing down your thyroid function. I do this for almost all of my patients, and it's absolutely mind-blowing how much information can be found in the iris. If you find out that you're more on the hypothyroid side or you have low functioning thyroid, you can utilize kelp. For those individuals, kelp can absolutely help to start healing the thyroid gland. Another thing you can do if you have CFS is to start addressing your digestive system. A lot of people with CFS deal with constipation. Healing the colon is essential. You want to make sure that everything is flowing smoothly. So using an herbal restorative bowel formula on your journey can be very powerful. You have to make sure that the herbs that you're using for your bowels work synergistically with the herbs that you would be using for your thyroid and for your adrenals as well. So definitely reach out to me if you have questions about that. We also want to make sure that you're addressing overall circulation within the body. This is vital. When doing iridology analysis reports on my patients with CFS, I often see this ring around the iris, which is pointing to poor circulation. Again, it's really important that we're seeing what's happening within your body specifically if you're dealing with CFS, because two people can have the diagnosis but still be dealing with very different compromises, and this is where practices like iridology come into play. One person with CFS might be dealing with a really low functioning thyroid gland, where the other person is dealing with dramatically worse adrenal glands, right? So their herbal protocol is going to be a little bit different. So if you want one that's personalized to you, again, iridology website, check it out. For circulation, I also utilize practices with my patients like dry brushing, sauna, even some gentle yoga can be very helpful. You can also utilize hot and cold showers, so alternating between hot and cold for 1 minute at a time. What this does is it helps to increase lymphatic function. It helps to boost your lymphatic system and circulation overall. Keep in mind that the more vitality you have flowing throughout your body, right, the more circulation you have, the more energy you're going to naturally feel. And the more your herbal medicine is actually going to be able to work because you're going to be able to get that medicine to various areas within the body more effectively. I would say the most important aspect to address is really your diet. You want to make sure that you're keeping your meals as hydrating and as simple as possible. This is what I often find myself addressing the most with my patients, and once we actually have them on a roll, the healing is miraculous. It's very quick, right? The body responds quickly when you're giving it the environment it needs to heal. So when you cut out processed foods and you're doing things that are conducive to healing, right? Not only just the practices and the herbs, but the diet, the food that you're bringing into your body, that's when you're seeing rapid change. Remember that energy is everything when it comes to healing, right? So if your body's trying to process foods for hours at a time, it's taking away from the energy that it could be utilizing to heal you. The body is beautiful and miraculous and capable of miracles, but it can only do but so many things at one time. So you want to give it the least amount of work to do when you're trying to heal. Again, be sure to find me here for some additional information regarding CFS. And if you want a personalized protocol and you want my assistance in your journey, I'll be happy to help you heal. Feel free to visit my website. You can find it on my profile, and once there, just click on that Work with Eric button.